Hi everyone. Welcome to Ocean Yumi's channel. So I'm just checking and see how my subs are doing because the last couple posts I posted up was to do with the young girl who died, and the same week or week after that there was another one. Um, there seems to be a lot of that, a lot more of those unaliving happening as well. Also, due to probably possibly do a live or uploading. There is something going on in Morocco. Apparently, there were some orphan little girls, and what's happening that how the men were saying that how when they go there they was going to marry these little girls. I'm gonna look into it as well. Also, I'm gonna check out what's going on with Classic and Sincere thing because I see that something else is going on there. I thought that after the adoptive parents had been sentenced that it was done, but I know they're still looking for the remains of the children. Then I recently found out there's another thing going on too, um, as well. So because I've been ill for the past couple of weeks, I think even it's not even finished yet. I'm still getting going through it. So I'm just thought I'd just reach and just say a couple of things really because I've been posting a lot of these young ones who's been died in unforeseen circumstances, and um I know there's gonna be, there's gonna be more in it. Like I said, it's an academic out there, literally. Um, it's very sad circumstances. There's a few other things going on. There's the what happened in Gaza recently. I know people don't like hearing about those things, but this is what's going on. Hi, Salama. So at the end of the day, these things needs to be spoken about. There is a few. Let me see. There's a few eventful stuff going on as well. So when I'm more well enough, when I'm more well enough to do what I got to do, because I had a massive chest infection and asthma, and I'm still unwell. Still, I may sound okay, but I'm not. So a lot of things that is going on for me behind the scenes. Interesting interactions on the app. I think the most enjoyable places I'm starting to find is the mummy sector and certain people like trips and so on are places. Um there is a lot going on beyond these apps, beyond these YouTubes here, and I know people's like, oh well, you're pointing out negative events, but these things are happening for people in real life. And things are affected. Deaths affect people. Certain things affect people, and people don't seem to understand how deep it is on away from these apps. I mean, it's all well and good, right? You're saying, yeah, oh good, yeah, I'm not dealing with these apps, yeah, but we deal with apps on an everyday basis. We're on social media 24/7. You see a lot of newsreels and stuff like that. I personally feel that if something is in my face a lot, I'm going to talk about it. And that's how I look at it. Not only that, I'm putting out information. There was a solution to this girl's stabbing still because I put out the key worker. I don't know whether, I think a lot of people watched it, whether they took in what she said is another thing, right? Because she said a whole lot. Hi, Christine. She said a lot of things. Chia said a lot of things, right? And she is on point. because those are the people that we don't see, we don't hear about. And as much as I big up Respect and others, there is the people that we don't see who work with these children behind the scenes. He's talked about dealing with the victim as well as the perpetrator. And it's true. To me, I think I would work with the youths, but I don't know. It's one of those things, really. Um, Sometimes it's a generational thing. There's only so much you can tell a youth sometimes, and some youths will listen, some youths won't listen. It's to do with environment and where they're raised, etc. Some cases, not all cases, because some of those children come from very good backgrounds. Now, there was another one that happened in Brixton. So what they're saying is that the boy was not linked to no gangs or nothing, because I think people get twisted when they see a black face when it's put out as a RIP or whatever. They think, oh yeah, he's part of a gang. This other boy wasn't part of a gang. I don't know what happened because I haven't looked into it that deeply to find out, but I know that they was holding vigils and stuff, because there was one in Croydon and I think there was one in Brixton. In Brixton, they had a against the gun thing in Brixton. Um, so there's a lot going on around the children's days, because I feel that whatever is going on, I mean, people say it's by design. Yes, it could be by design, but it's just that the children is affected so much. Not only that, it's hard being a parent to these children, because like the children, the peers would entice them and they will go and they'll get into all sorts. There is no levels to say I can keep my child safe. Yes, you can keep your child safe, but then the child will still go out and they will um go and do what they're gonna gotta do. So um some parents um choose not to understand the streets, don't understand why they travel to country, um why they do certain stuff what they do. Now these children who are stabbed unalived, Richard, there's Blessing, who else is there, Joy, uh what's her name, I've got her name, Miss Adams, that was unalived due to a selfish boy. There's many of them. There's many, 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 many. If I was to really go and find to get all their names, I'd be here all day listing them. And I think I might just list them all off and put them in a one video, because there is so many. Chris Carber got justice just the other day, because the policeman who unalived him, I think, got some kind of justice, which is better than Mark Duggan. Mark Duggan, don't know what's happening to that. Smiley culture, don't know what's happening with that. I think it's kind of gone quiet on that, but I'm going to find out what's happened with Smiley culture's case, whether they're going to be investigating it at any point, because sometimes, right, these cases will lay dormant, and then all of a sudden you see them pop up. But people wait till when it's anniversaries to talk about it. Why should you have to wait till anniversaries to talk about it? Stephen Lawrence was a whole innocent, minding his own business, coming back from his friend's house when he got unalived. People don't seem to want to talk about that. But these are the situation that we stand where we at now. Now, I don't know. There is lots of people I'd want to have an interaction with on here pertaining to these things, because there is lots of people that's doing works out there. Sometimes, right, you're not attached to these organizations, but um me personally, I don't mind giving to an organization. I don't mind that. I don't mind giving to a cause. I don't mind giving to the needy, even if I haven't got a lot myself. Now, I can look further across the waters. There's the children that is getting fed in Congo, Uganda, by some like some people by this man. I think I put up his stuff before, but I don't even know whether people even tap it. There's a lot that's going on out there, and as well as people say, "Oh, these things don't affect me." They affect you in different ways. You can say you're not part of the population, whatever. You're off the grid, whatever. That's your life that you want to live. But then sometimes, right, there is parts where like you have to look at what's going on. Me, I feel like I've got to learn a lot about the law. I've got to learn a lot about the law. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I get distracted so easy. Um, so as I was saying, the peoples went down to Brixton, Nation of Islam, I think other organizations went to Brixton, Respect, uh, Forever Family went to Brixton and they hold a rally down there the other day to do with the knife violence that is happening around the capital. Because most videos is showing people getting attacked, um, boys getting attacked, a lot of robberies happening. Um, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. So I will be posting up my the American cousin stuff as usual, like I normally do. You know, I do. I normally go halfway across the world anyway. And it's always good to know what's going on across the world. I feel that as well because, like I said, it's a chain reaction. Whatever goes on in the Americas comes here, and the people still think is not so, but it is so. So, um, I mean, what else can I say? There's not a lot to say after that, really. But I will pull up and I will try and cover a few things. Just give me a time to get over what is bogging me right now. Once I get over that, I'll be back in tip top shape because it's been a minute right about now, and I don't want to keep people hanging. I also got to deal with the dark side as well because I got to add some more stuff to it because it's quite enjoyable being on that dark side. To be honest, sometimes I feel like I'm gonna throw up. So before make that throw that noise, I'm gonna come off because like I said, this is the new things coming. There are also there's stuff coming as well, you know what I mean? When you know that there's stuff coming, you know, innit? I just try and I mean, even I need to try and keep in touch with a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I know and I sometimes not that I forget them. I don't know what happens. But if I haven't gotten to you a certain time, this tap this say hi, Yemi, whatever. If you don't see me on here for a little while, something's going on in the background, whatever, you know how it goes, life in it. Um, I ain't gonna pretend now like it's all flowers and roses, but yeah, there is a lot going on, and sometimes you have to reflect on a few things. There's some stories that makes me reflect. I am a Sagittarian, therefore I analyze everything. I analyze and I go over stuff in my brain. I also overthink. I'm one of those ones. So if I haven't come back with anything, if I haven't posted on the tab for a while, then you know, if you haven't seen me for a while and you got the contacts, like let's check because like anything could be going on this side. But I would say to my subs, just keep commenting, just watch the old videos. There's some good old videos, mind you. I've seen some of my old videos. There's some good ones. You just need to go and look at the old videos, very old videos. I got some real old, real good videos further down the line. Um, one time I tried to put up a guy called Vasco Stevenson. YouTube didn't like it, they took it down. Vasco had a whole heap of information from One Harmony Radio, and he had a lot of information. He also was on a African, this is the African market, and he was bringing information. YouTube didn't like it; they took it down because some of that information is really needed at present. Because things that people are talking about, I've probably heard that before, but I've heard it is from somewhere else. So I I'm definitely gonna be trying to, even if I upload a small thing, just comment on both channels. In fact, if you're on both channels, comment on both channels. All is what you call it, needed, wanted, whatever. You can also I don't know what I can do for the peoples or my subs. I don't know. You can give me an idea. I don't know. We can take it from there. And then hi Shiri. Then we could take it from there. Because yeah, there is a lot going on. There's a lot going on. The actors are striking, the nurses over here are striking, the apart from the youth violence over here, the like I said, the thing in Gaza is going on. Apparently a child predicted that was going to happen. Well, I'm going to go check into that. um Sincere and Classic definitely has to look into what's going on with that, because it looks like they still got it going on. So even though Trizelle and Jacqueline has gone down, I'm hoping they're not going to appeal or nothing. So um the CPS thing is very quiet. It's very deep subject by itself. I know the Americans call it CPS. Over here we call it social services. Um, that I feel is a conversation to be had too. There is loads of conversation to be had. There's so many. It's like, well, if I follow everything I see, I'll have like thousands of stuff up here. Sometimes I have to sift through it and make a decision and let's roll with it. Or if I feel like, yeah, okay, that's the one, I gotta go with it. I mean, people say I'm very normal, I have a morbid, a negative channel, but it's not negative. It's presenting stuff that is happening over here, right? Like how stuff was happening in the Americas, where there is a lot of violence in the Americas, and there's a lot of violence over here. There's no to the difference. People try to make it a different situation. It's not. Wherever violence is everywhere. That little girl that fell in the pot of lentils, even that was even a case of negligence, big time. I feel the granddad's wrong as well in what he said, because um he blaming it on the hospital, and I don't think it goes so at all. I think he's wrong and say that. I mean, like, you don't. I mean, children move fast. Children move fast. Period. So yeah, but anyways, I'm not gonna go on and on and on for a whole hour, because like right now, even though I'm just talking right at present, I'm trying to think how I can get you guys to come up and talk, because I don't want to leave you guys just talking. I want to be there to hear what you have to say. I don't want to just pop off and put back on and I want to make it like that as well again. I suppose I haven't done a panel in a long time. I think the other day I did a panel and trips came up, but the time difference is a lot. It's a lot because by unless I do 3 in the afternoon, I think it's morning time in the Americas. Certain times people are sleeping, then I'm on, and the ones who's on the same timeline as me can catch me. But if not, just comment away. That's all I can say. If you can't catch me, then you just comment away, because that makes a difference. And you know, well, I was gonna say I can't say nothing else, but I'm gonna come off because I feel like I'm going to chuck up, and I don't want to chuck up on the live. So I will see you in the next live on a subject that we all can talk about. I want Americans to come over here, the Trinidadians come over here, the Jamaicans come over here, and like Netherlands, wherever. The ones who is tapped into the sub, the sub, who subbed generally subbed, come up and talk and stuff like that. Like get a conversation. Whether a solution comes out of anything, that's another thing. Those who work with the youth, it will be good to hear your voices, the one who work with the youth. I can see the difference to over here, how the key workers do it and how the key workers do it over there. I want to hear that. I want to hear something because my youngest now is now 6. Now she'll be a teenager in a long while, but it's good to sometimes, like you want to know where you can access certain things for children. People's talking about ADHD children. I forgot the next one thing. I forgot the next thing. That needs to be spoken about. That's come up a lot in the mummy sector where people where one of the mummies was saying that how because you got because you're on the spectrum, you cannot have a family, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Kind of ignorant if you ask me. But anyways, that's her opinion. There's a lot of ignorant, speaky spokey going on. You can't be ignorant to certain stuff. CPS is one of the biggest conversations I've heard on a few sectors. Pardon me. See, I'm gonna throw up. Right, there's the CPS, the social services. Yeah, CPS over is the social services, the youth, on how they are affected by a lot of stuff because when all these stuff come up on the social media, they are affected. I feel, like I said, we literally have PTSD. But people say, no, we don't have PTSD. Yes, we have PTSD because we're constantly telling our children, when you see the police, don't do this, don't make this wrong move, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. But then you might get a police who's a trigger finger. Now, over here, 2 athletes got stopped by the police. They was near their house. They said that how they made them so nervous, the children got scared. Now, this is what happens in the UK. People think, oh, yes, there's crumpets and fish fingers and chips. No. There is still an underlying something going on over here. There's an underlying something going on over here. But some see it, some don't. So it's very broad. The conversation can be broad, but sometimes it's easy to have conversations because you can get a solution out of it. This is why I like when Fee talks. Who else? There's somebody else who talks and it makes so much sense. But Fundi Fee is one of them. When she talks, she makes so much sense because when you're talking about a situation, there's always there's a situation. There's how to start it, the middle, and how to finish it. And people, I feel sometimes, right, the conclusion is normally the worst type of conclusion. I don't want to be arguing with people on this app, for one. If I do choose to open the panel, it has to be constructive talk. It cannot be ratchet and all that. I mean, I'm not saying that how it's not, just to get the conversation going. Conclusions can be happening or solution of some sort because this is one good thing black people are good at is talking. we're good at talking, right? But where is the solution is another thing. Some people can think of solutions, some people move right there on the spot, some don't. Some move at their own pace. Not everybody's on the same journey. Everybody's on different journeys in their life. Everybody's not on the same keel. That's where people gets it wrong. I have this conversation with people in real life all the time. Everybody thinks everybody's on the same head. No, they're not on the same head. There's people who knows information that when you look at them, you wouldn't even think they know shit. But when they talk, they know a whole heap of information. There's one lady called Flo, the investigator, on here. And when she talks about her ancestors, she may be part of the B set to the mummy set to when she says something, I'm like, wow. There's also foot and neck. When she starts talking about her background, how she's Creole, she's this, that, and the other. Damn. So sometimes everybody's on a different keel, but it all comes to one understanding, because you all come to one understanding. That's how a village works. There's soldiers on the front line. That's the ones who's looking out for the youths who's on the road. They're collecting knives. They're doing this, that, and the other. There's the ones who shares the information out. Another lot is the ones they'll be sitting down, but then they're talking. That exchange makes a person think. So people just gets it kind of all mixed up because of, like, you know, there's a lot of chiefs and not enough Indians. There's no one want to do the groundwork. No one wants to do the shitty work. Everybody wants to do the nice work. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna go into no, because I've got to throw up. As you could hear, I'm gonna come off before I do it on here. So with that said, I don't know. Sometimes I think whether I make sense or not, but I know in all what I say, there's some sense in it somewhere along the line. Now, another thing is some men, how they deal with women on platforms. I'm just like, you know, come on. Do you talk to your wife like that at home? Like, I have to really think about where I go to now, because some people don't have no premise to how they are. Like, you know, I know how I am. The people who know me how I am, the same way how I talk here is the same way I talk when I'm talking to my friends. And my friends can tell you that I don't change my voice tone unless I get a little passionate about something or something. I don't shout at a person. I don't think I'm better than nobody. We all are learners. We're all learning stuff. We're all on a journey, whether people care to believe it or not. Some are more forward than others. Some wants to learn whatever. But before I was teaching stuff, but when that channel got taken down, so you know, that's how it is. But I don't want to teach people. I want to learn from other people too. But at the end of the day, I have my own mind. I think for myself. So my opinion is my opinion, and you might have a different opinion to me. And it doesn't mean to say your opinion's any lesser than what I think. And we can come to a middle ground. But anyways, I ain't going into no speech mode. I ain't come on here for all this speaky spokey. With this said, I'm gonna leave it right here, because really I ain't really feeling all that hot, and I've been feeling well for a while now. So I'm just gonna take a little step back for a bit, because you know I'm probably do upload or whatever I gotta do, because I still want to interact, but I'm not gonna force myself to interact if I'm not feeling too good or whatever. So thank you, people, for coming to the live. I don't know whether I made sense, because I know I talk all over the shop. My brain goes 5 minutes, 45 minutes per second sometimes, but it is what it is. So at the end of the day, please leave your comments. The likes is lovely. Interact with me however you want to interact with me. If you know me off of this app, good. Or if you know me somewhere else, good. Because sometimes I feel that the YouTube has changed a lot. It's not like how it used to be. Before, you just used to put information up on YouTube, interact with a lot of people, go on Hangouts, have a conversation. It's not like that no more. Yeah, I'm definitely it's gonna carry on protecting my energy because from certain people, because I don't know what's going on. I ain't gonna say they're bad, good, whatever, but it's just like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Think about certain things before you do certain stuff. How do you look on the wider the wider metaverse? Because remember, it's not just black people watching you. There's white people watching you. There's Brazilians. There's this one. There's Indian. There's that one. It's not just the small so-called communities that's watching you. You know what I mean? YouTube go far further than that. It's like Instagram. They go further than that. You don't just stop at the place where you're at or the sector you're in. It goes further. But anyways, I ain't gonna go into no speech mode. Anyways, right? So with that said, I am coming off. I'll see you in the next live. If you want to interact with me. If you don't want to interact with me, that's fine. I ain't no skin on my nose, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just be cool with me, and I'll like, because I'm fed up of like having arguments. Is so ridiculous. How much energy do you take to argue? The time you take to argue, you could have sorted something out already. If you've got an issue with somebody, it's best to do it behind the scenes most times. Not that I come on here to talk about that, but that's how I feel. If I had a problem with someone, I'll go and talk to them behind the scenes. Most people that I talk behind the scenes, their channels are doing really good. Some that I know, right? And I don't go out to say I'm an expert because I ain't no bloody expert. I'm just on the same, like I said, same premise as you. But anyways, I ain't come on here to talk about that. I come to talk about whatever's going on and in the world. I don't even know. The metaverse is crazy. That's all I know. The metaverse is crazy, and I'm gonna be eating with my popcorn, watching most of it. At the end of the day, and that's it really. So thank you for coming. So Omar, Chrissy, and Sherry. Oh, I know. Her mental verse. Yeah, tell me about it. No, I'm literally coming off now. I'm not. I ain't really got nothing to say because I've seen things that doesn't have to happen on here, right? I mean, there's things going on in life, yeah. But anyways, I'm coming off now. I'll see you in the next live, and oh yeah, and no, I'll see you in the next live. In the next live, next live. Gosh, I hope I hope I'm not getting to that because at one point I thought I was near death's door a couple of days ago. But anyway, that's a whole nother drama. I think I'll leave that for the dark side. But with that said, take care. Salute everybody. Peace out. Bye.